Hey guys, today I am harvesting zucchini, summer squash, and cucumbers. We have been picking and eating all three of them already, but I'm hoping for a larger harvest today so I can put some away for later. Oh, I just found a massive one. Oh my gosh. This is probably gonna go to the pigs because it's way too big for what I need. This right here is like the perfect size. This is like the size that I like to eat. And then I'm even picking some of the smaller ones too. So I am back to work now. I've been back to work for like 2 weeks now. So I haven't had as much time to get out here and take care of things. And I know last year when I went back to work, my video production dropped. It pretty much went to non-existent. I'm going to try to be better about that this year, but we'll see what happens. I'm still having storage issues. I don't want to spend any money on this hobby. I don't want to buy new equipment. All of my stuff is older. Oh my gosh, there's a bunch of big zucchinis in here. So we'll see what happens. And I'm just ripping them off. I'm not cutting them. I'm trying, but they're just too big for these little scissors. And I'm not trying to store them at all, so it doesn't matter if I break the stems off. So here are the really big ones. My hand for reference. Those are just gonna get cut up and fed to the animals. And then I have this half bushel basket, and that's what's gonna be going in the house with me. Next, we're gonna do the cucumbers. My cucumbers do have the whatever disease cucumbers get, where the leaves get all yucky and they start dying back. It happens to everybody around this time of year. I could have done like a second planting of these and then had a new crop, but we don't store a lot of cucumbers. We just use them for fresh eating, so that's okay. So I went to push stop on my camera to stop it recording, and I realized I didn't even record anything that I had just did. That's always great. So my cucumbers are doing all right. They're slicing cucumbers. They're not pickling cucumbers, but I still prefer them smaller. And sometimes they get weird like this, and that's just due to uneven watering. And I do hear thunder, and my phone keeps alerting me that there is lightning detected nearby. And I'm picking them smaller. They don't need to be huge. While I'm out here with scissors in my hand, I'm just kind of pruning our cherry tomato plants. If it doesn't have any tomatoes on it, I'm cutting it way back. Oh, whoops. This one had tomatoes on it. Oh well. I have cut some of them already a while back ago because they're just getting in the way. They got so tall. And then I do have more cucumber plants in here. Kind of got blocked out by the tomato plants, so they're not yielding as much as our other one. So I didn't get that many cucumbers. That's all right. It's still enough to do something with. So I have a bucket. I have a machete. We just keep this hanging up out here on a T-post, so we always have it. It is 100% humidity out today, and it's 76 degrees. There's bugs flying all over in my face. So it's really hot, sticky, and miserable. And I'm just gonna cut these up into rounds. I don't want to cut directly on my table because it's not a cutting board. I think I might just throw these two biggest ones whole into the chickens, just like that. It's always fun to watch them peck at the big pieces of veggies, but hopefully the goats don't just eat them. I think someone just laid an egg. Just like that, that's going to be incorporated into our pig feed tonight. All of our extra produce really helps cut down on our animal feed bills, and it's good for them too. I have to be really careful not to hit a chicken or a goat because these are like really heavy. I'm back in the house. I have everything washed up. These small ones I'm going to turn into pickles, zucchini pickles. The big ones I'm going to shred. These ones I might shred. It just depends on how many pickles these ones make. And then the cucumbers I'm going to make into pickles also. And for a little snack, I sliced some cucumbers and put some tahini on it. To make the pickles, I'm just going to be slicing these. You can use a mandolin, food processor, whatever you want. This is what I'm doing. I have made this recipe before. I found it on Pinterest. And the recipe says to like salt these, soak them in cold water with ice cubes for an hour. Whoops. I'm not doing that. I'm just chopping them up and putting them in here. And then I'll be making a brine to cover them. And I'm gonna make the same brine for the pickles. And it started raining before I could get some dill. I'm gonna go outside later and just add some dill to the top after I get them made. I'm not canning these. These are just going to go in the fridge. And I actually have some of our sliced onion in the fridge. Ooh. Getting kind of slimy. Hopefully it's still good and it doesn't make this go bad. And this is our onion that we grew. So I got 2 jars of the squash pickles, and now I'm just going to do the same thing with the cucumbers. For the cucumbers, I only ended up with a quart and then a pint. I probably would have had 2 quarts if we didn't eat cucumbers with tahini on them. I have all of my ingredients ready for the pickle brine. So I need 2 cups of sugar. I am doubling this compared to the recipe online. Any extras I'll just put in my fridge. And I'm just putting that in first because I want to use this for my wet ingredients also. So it says 4 cups of apple cider vinegar. This is all the apple cider vinegar we have, and this is vinegar that we made and we'll be making again soon, and I don't want to use it all. That's all I'm going to put in there of that. Then I have some red wine vinegar, which I do have more of this. I just have to refill the jar. White wine vinegar. I'm getting low on my vinegars too. I'm going to have to restock. I'm going to use it all. Rice wine vinegar, or just rice vinegar. This This is red wine vinegar, different bottle, different kind. And then I'm gonna get more red wine vinegar to top this off. Okay, so I have my vinegar measured out. I'm gonna mix this in. This recipe said to cook this brine for 30 minutes. I'm not doing that. I'm just going to cook it until the sugar is dissolved. 1 teaspoon of red pepper flake. 3 teaspoons of mustard seed. 1.5 teaspoons of turmeric. And I'm just pouring the rest that I have in. 3 teaspoons of ground mustard. I got this on clearance because it was damaged. It was still sealed. Nothing is wrong with it. And then after this heats up and everything dissolves, I will have to let it cool before I put it on the zucchini. So while this is doing that, I'm going to start shredding the other zucchini and summer squash. So to do the shredded zucchini, I have my food processor with the shredder attachment on it. And then I'm going to cut these into quarters this way so they fit through the chute. Actually, this one might not need to be cut. I'm going to do the summer squash and the zucchini right in the same bags. I have separated them before, but they pretty much taste the same once you put them in bread, muffins, fritters, or whatever. So I'm just going to mix them all together. So my food processor is full. It's not full. It could have actually held more. And I freeze my zucchini and squash in 4-cup batches. So I have a bag ready, 4-cup zucchini, and the year. Let's see how much of a mess I make. Then I'm just going to try to get the air out, zip it up, and then I like to put stuff in my freezer flat so I can stack them up in nice rows. And that's it. That's how I'm going to finish this batch of zucchini. So we got 16 cups of shredded zucchini and summer squash. So our brine is cooled off enough to go in the jars. I'm not used to pouring this way. I'm very left-handed. So to show you guys, it's hard for me sometimes. Oh, of course I made a mess. I have not tried this brine on cucumbers before, but I'm sure it's going to be good. Hopefully after spilling the brine all over the place, I have enough. I did try the brine. It is delicious. So these are what they look like all done. They're going to go in the fridge. The recipe said 24 hours. I think they're going to need more time than that to develop their flavor. So not bad of a haul from the garden today. Lots of stuff going in the fridge and the freezer for us to enjoy. Thanks for watching. The ducks are out here enjoying the rain. So it's been a couple of hours since I threw those zucchini out here to the chicken, and they have been eating them. It has been raining a lot since I threw them out, so they might have had them gone if it wasn't for the rain. Right now they're all inside of the shed.